everyone, and welcome back to the Ross Blog channel, where we're all about having fun and diving into some epic game ideas. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss out on more awesome content. And if you're a returning legend, you already know the drill. Smash that like button and drop a comment below with your craziest gaming moments. Today, we're talking about something that gets my adrenaline pumping like nothing else: humbling Killstreak Hunters. You know the type, right? The players who are relentlessly chasing down every single kill, racking up those insane streaks, and generally making life miserable for everyone else on the map. Well, today I'm going to show you how I turn the tables on them, how I become the ultimate counterplay, and how it consistently leads to some of the most really crazy and unexpected outcomes you could imagine. This isn't just about getting a few good kills, it's about disrupting their flow, breaking their mental game, and sometimes sending them into an absolute rage. Get ready, because this is going to be an intense one, filled with tactics, mind games, and a whole lot of satisfying moments. Before we can effectively counter these players, we need to understand what makes a Killstreak Hunter tick. Their primary objective is simple: maximize their kills and minimize their deaths to achieve those high-value kill streaks, things like UAVs, airstrikes, or even tactical nukes. They often play aggressively, pushing objectives and seeking out engagements. They thrive on momentum and feel almost invincible when they're on a roll. Many will use specific loadouts designed for quick eliminations, often prioritizing high damage and fast fire rates. They'll also typically gravitate towards areas of the map with heavy traffic or advantageous lines of sight. What's crucial to remember is that their entire game plan revolves around maintaining that streak. This means they become predictable in their pursuit, often ignoring potential risks if it means another kill. This overconfidence, my friends, is their biggest weakness, and it's where we step in to exploit it. When it comes to humbling lots of Killstreak Hunters, my loadout choices are absolutely critical. I don't go for the meta high-kill weapons. Instead, I prioritize versatility, control, and the element of surprise. My primary weapon is usually a reliable assault rifle with a good balance of accuracy and damage, often equipped with a suppressor to keep me off the radar. The key here isn't just about getting the kill, but about getting the kill and repositioning quickly. For my secondary, I often run a high-capacity pistol or even a launcher. That launcher is specifically for taking down any aerial kill streaks they might actually manage to call in. Nothing frustrates a hunter more than seeing their hard-earned score streak obliterated within seconds. My perks are also carefully selected: Ghost to stay hidden from their UAVs, Cold-blooded to avoid their targeting systems, and usually something like Quick Fix or Battle Hardened to help me recover after an engagement or resist their tactical grenades. This combination allows me to move stealthily, engage on my terms, and effectively shut down their most valuable assets. Positioning is everything when you're looking to humble lots of Killstreak Hunters. They often move in predictable patterns, pushing popular lanes or camping power positions. My strategy involves identifying these patterns and setting up ambushes. I don't chase them, I make them come to me, or I intercept them on their path. This means holding less obvious angles, finding elevated positions with good sight lines, or utilizing flanking routes that most players ignore. I'm constantly scanning the minimap, listening for footsteps, and anticipating their next move. If I see a Killstreak Hunter dominating one side of the map, I'll silently reposition to cut them off or to catch them off guard as they rotate. It's like a game of cat and mouse, but I'm the one laying the traps. The satisfaction of watching them run headfirst into a well-placed ambush, completely unaware, is truly unmatched. This isn't about rushing in. It's about patience, observation, and striking at the perfect moment. Beyond just gun skill and positioning, a significant part of humbling lots of Killstreak Hunters involves playing mind games. These players thrive on momentum. Every kill fuels their confidence and makes them bolder. My goal is to break that momentum. If I manage to get a quick kill on them, I immediately try to make them doubt themselves. Sometimes a simple teabag or a specific emote after a particularly frustrating death for them can send them spiraling. It's not about being toxic, but about injecting a little bit of psychological warfare into the game. More importantly, I deny them easy targets. If I know they're hunting me, I'll deliberately avoid direct engagements, leading them into traps or baiting them into unfavorable positions where my teammates can pick them off. This makes them frustrated, causing them to play more recklessly and make mistakes. When their careful planning starts to unravel because of your presence, that's when it gets really crazy, as they lose their cool and start making desperate pushes. This is perhaps the most satisfying part of humbling lots of Killstreak Hunters, directly denying them their hard-earned score streaks. Nothing makes a Killstreak Hunter more frustrated than seeing their UAV shot down immediately after they call it in, or their precision airstrike missing its mark because you've repositioned. This is where my launcher secondary comes into play. As soon as I hear that distinct audio cue of an enemy calling in an aerial streak, my focus shifts. I quickly switch to my launcher, aim, and fire. The faster you can do this, the more devastating it is to their morale. Similarly, if they call in a ground-based streak like a Sentry Gun or a Wheelson, I immediately prioritize taking it out. Sometimes denying one streak can completely throw off their entire game plan. It's like pulling the rug out from under them right when they think they've reached their peak. The sheer panic and rage you can induce by consistently shutting down their efforts is a sight to behold, and it's a critical component of truly making things really crazy for them. You might be asking, why go through all this trouble just to humble lots of Killstreak Hunters? And the answer is, it's about more than just getting kills. It's about changing the dynamic of the game. When a Killstreak Hunter is dominating, the game can become incredibly one-sided and frankly, boring for everyone else. By actively countering them, I create a more balanced and exciting match. It forces them to adapt, to think differently, and often it forces their entire team to adjust their strategy. Plus, there's an immense sense of satisfaction that comes from being the player who single-handedly stops someone's seemingly unstoppable rampage. It's a challenge within a challenge, and it tests my own game sense, tactical awareness, and composure under pressure. It's a testament to how creative you can get with your gameplay, finding unique ways to contribute to your team's success even when you're not at the top of the scoreboard in terms of raw kills. And this, my friends, is where it gets really crazy. When you successfully humble lots of Killstreak Hunters repeatedly, you start to see the cracks in their composure. They'll start making desperate pushes, abandoning their carefully planned routes, and often, you'll see them spamming the chat or even sending you direct messages. I've had players completely abandon objectives just to try and hunt me down, resulting in their team losing the match. I've seen them switch their entire loadouts mid-game in a desperate attempt to find a counter to my counter. The frustration builds, their focus narrows, and their usually effective strategies fall apart. Sometimes they even quit the game entirely, unable to cope with being consistently shut down. Witnessing this meltdown, knowing that your strategic play has had such a profound psychological impact, is incredibly rewarding. It's not about being toxic, but about the pure satisfaction of outsmarting and outplaying an opponent who thought they were untouchable. It's important to remember that while I love to humble lots of Killstreak Hunters, they aren't always static targets. Good Killstreak Hunters will eventually adapt to your presence. They might start taking different routes, changing their playstyle, or even targeting you specifically as their new objective. This is where the game truly evolves and becomes even more engaging. I have to constantly adapt my own strategies, find new angles, and anticipate their counterplays. It becomes a chess match, a constant battle of wits and reflexes. Sometimes I'll even deliberately let them get a small streak to bait them into a more predictable position, only to shut them down when they feel most confident. This ongoing back and forth, the continuous challenge of outsmarting an intelligent opponent, is what keeps this entire process fresh and exciting, ensuring that it always gets really crazy in the best possible way. So, there you have it, Legends. My guide to humbling lots of Killstreak Hunters and witnessing some of the most really crazy moments in gaming. It's a testament to the fact that you don't always need to be the top fragger to have a massive impact on the game. Sometimes, being the ultimate counterplay, the silent assassin who disrupts the enemy's flow, is far more rewarding. If you enjoyed this deep dive into tactical gameplay and mind games, please give this video a huge thumbs up. What are your favorite ways to deal with annoying Killstreak Hunters? Let me know in the comments section below. I love hearing your strategies. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the Rossblog channel for more fun, game ideas, and maybe even some more crazy humble moments in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.